Hi, Dyslexic Genius here. What I'm going to talk about is the drive gear off the spindle shaft for this Victor M. But I've talked all the time about polishing the bearings out, and I'm going to show you why we do this. You see this bearing here, that line there is not supposed to be in the shaft because there's probably a burr on the casting, so we'll have to deburr the casting.
That black line that's on
Has worn a groove into it. And then you can see the dark areas are the low areas and the shiny areas are the high areas. So this has been running a long time without oil. And you can see all this. And if you rub your fingernails on them, you can feel that little indentation right here and all the way down. And I talk about this all the time. This is what one after polishing looks like. This is all nice and smooth, and I cleaned everything out. I do this on my lathe, but I have videos way back in the Stone Ages about how to do this. So I'm going to show you how to do this easily. All you need is your hand drill. And you just chuck this in. We'll take a little 400
sandpaper.
You're just gonna come down so it's riding perfectly flat on this and you're not at an angle. Now we're looking a little better. If you feel a little roughness, you can go to a pinch coarser 320, which won't hurt the steel at all. What we're doing is there's little boogers in here, little burrs, let's say, and we're flattening this out so when this end piece here goes into the casting, it's spinning freely. It's not binding the motor up, and I'll have to check the holes on the motor when I get there on the casting so there's no burr. I think there's a burr on this side. You can use 320 also. We'll just can you polish out the end? Now that looks a lot better. And that's how you polish out the bearing. So we've polished the crud out. We're still going to have this line. You can't get it past that. But you look at this, this looks a little, we have a, see a light gray area right here? That's a low area. And that looks good. And you can see also that we're getting our sub-assemblies together here. The governor, the spindle gear drive system, and I told you about having this a smooth, no wiggle in here. I flex tone that out with one of these. You have to measure the size here. You can order these on Amazon. And that does the same thing on the inside of holes, like in here, as I just did on the outside here. And it helps motors run a lot smoother. The factory never did this. And that's my tip for the day.